Machiavelli's 5 mind hacks that instantly make her think about you all day. Have you ever wondered why some men stay on a woman's mind long after they walk away, while others disappear the moment the conversation ends? Why some men leave a quiet echo in her thoughts, like a song she didn't expect to love, but somehow can't stop repeating. Most guys think it's about looks, money, status, or smooth lines. But the truth is much deeper, much quieter, and much more psychological. There's a reason people still read Machiavelli after 500 years. Not because he taught manipulation, but because he understood human nature with brutal clarity. He understood attention. He understood presence. He understood influence. Not the toxic kind, but the kind that comes from self-control, emotional discipline, and a deep understanding of how people actually work. And today, I want to show you 5 mind hacks inspired by that same understanding of human nature, blended with Stoic philosophy. 5 inner shifts that don't force anyone to think about you, but naturally make you the kind of man who stays on her mind long after she leaves. So take a breath, relax your shoulders, let your mind open a little, because what I'm about to share with you might change the way you show up in relationships for the rest of your life. Let's begin. I want you to imagine something. Picture a woman you admire. Maybe she's someone you're talking to, someone you're dating, or someone you haven't met yet but hope to one day. Now imagine the two of you having a conversation. You're talking, she's smiling, she's engaged. And then she walks away. Here's the big question. What makes her think about you again later? What makes her replay something you said? What makes her wonder what you're doing? What makes her feel that small spark of curiosity that keeps you in her mind? The answers are not what most men assume. They're simpler, but much more powerful. Here's the first mind hack. Mind hack 1, the power of the calm center. Most men don't realize how rare emotional steadiness is. In a world where everyone is overstimulated, anxious, distracted, and constantly reacting to everything, calmness is magnetic. Think about the last time you met someone who wasn't rushed, someone who wasn't checking their phone every 2 minutes, someone who didn't try to impress you, didn't talk over you, didn't try to fill every silence. Instead, they were grounded, present, comfortable in their own skin. When a man like that speaks, people actually listen. When he's silent, people lean in. Stoics called it inner stillness, the quiet confidence of someone who has mastered themselves. Machiavelli called it self-command, the ability to remain centered while the world spins around you. Women pick up on this instantly. Calmness is safety. Calmness is maturity. Calmness is confidence without flexing. And here's the interesting part. When you are calm in a conversation, she feels calm too. And people always remember the person who changes how they feel. It's not about being cold. It's not about being emotionless. It's about having a steady flame, not a wildfire. So the next time you talk to her, slow down. Speak like your words matter. Listen like her words matter even more. Calmness makes you unforgettable, not because you force yourself into her mind, but because you bring peace to a place inside her that most men disturb. Now for the second mind hack. Mind hack 2, selective presence. Machiavelli observed something powerful about human attention. Too much availability creates invisibility. Let me explain. When someone is always there, always texting, always calling, always waiting, always ready, their presence loses weight. It becomes normal, expected, predictable. But when a man has a life, a mission, a purpose, when he is not always ready at the snap of a finger, when he shows up with intention, not desperation, he becomes more valuable. Stoics taught the same thing. A man should be directed by his purpose, not by constant impulse or emotional chasing. The more grounded you are in your own life, the more she feels your presence when you choose to give it. Selective presence does not mean playing games. It means you don't abandon your life for someone else's attention. When you text with energy. When you talk with focus. When you give your time, it is real time. And scarcity naturally increases value. Human psychology works this way. We appreciate what is not always available. We think about what we cannot fully predict. You don't make her think about you by disappearing. You make her think about you by being a man whose time has meaning. Now let's move even deeper. Mind hack 3. Mystery through authenticity. This one confuses a lot of people. They think mystery means hiding things, being distant, being vague, keeping secrets. But real mystery, the kind that makes someone think about you long after you're gone, comes from something completely different. It comes from authenticity. Let me explain. Most people perform. They try to be who they think others want them to be. They put on masks. They say what sounds cool. They hide their quirks, their dreams, their fears. They try to fit into a role instead of being a whole person. But authenticity, true, grounded authenticity, is rare. And anything rare becomes unforgettable when you show up as yourself, when you speak with honesty, when you share your thoughts without trying to manipulate, when you express your interests, your humor, your values. You create a kind of natural mystery. Because a real person is interesting, a mask is predictable. Authenticity makes her curious. Curiosity makes her think. Thinking creates memory. People remember what feels real. They wonder about what feels genuine. They return mentally to what feels alive. So don't try to be impressive. Just be real. Realness has a gravity that pulls attention without force. Now let's go to the 4th mind hack. This one is subtle, but extremely powerful. Mind hack 4, emotional contrast. Humans remember contrast, light and shadow, high and low, motion and stillness. And the same thing happens emotionally. When you create moments that feel different from her everyday life, those moments stick. This doesn't mean drama. It doesn't mean mood swings. It doesn't mean being unpredictable in a toxic way. It means you bring something into her life that feels like a shift. Warmth, humor, depth, safety, curiosity, a perspective she hasn't heard before, a story that makes her see something differently, a silence that feels comfortable, a moment where she feels understood instead of judged. Contrast doesn't require effort. It requires presence. Most men talk at women. Few men talk with women. Even fewer understand them deeply. When you bring emotional presence to the conversation, when you connect instead of performing, when you listen instead of waiting for your turn to talk, you create contrast. And because it's rare, it becomes unforgettable. Which brings us to the final mind hack. This one is the most powerful, the most transformative, and the most deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Mind hack 5, unshakable direction. There is nothing more attractive or more unforgettable than a man with direction. Women remember men who know where they're going. They think about men who have momentum. They feel drawn to men with purpose, not because of ego, not because of status, not because of achievements, but because purpose creates stability. Direction creates confidence. Momentum creates energy. When you are a man who wakes up with intention, who works on himself, who builds something, who grows, you naturally take up space in people's minds. A man with direction shines without trying. This is what Machiavelli really meant when he spoke about influence. And this is what Stoics meant when they spoke about living according to your values. When you walk with purpose, people feel it. When you move with intention, people notice. When you grow, people remember. And a woman will think about you. Not because you tried to force it, but because your presence vibrates with meaning. She remembers the man who is going somewhere, and maybe she wonders if she wants to go with him. Now let me leave you with this. You don't make someone think about you through tricks. You make someone think about you through presence, purpose, and inner strength. Calmness, selective presence, authenticity, emotional contrast, direction. These are not games. These are not tactics. These are not manipulations. They are signs of a man who has mastered himself. And self-mastery, that is always unforgettable. If you felt something in this video, if you learned something, if even one line hit your heart or woke up a truth inside you, subscribe, drop a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the channel, but more than that, it tells me you want more videos like this. Until next time, stay grounded, stay present, stay aligned with your purpose, and watch how the world responds.